So this world has gone mad. If you are a human living on this earth, because you never know, I might be talking to some aliens, but if you are a human living on this earth, you and I all know that this world has gone mad. And I feel the reason why this world has gone mad is because a lot of people avoid their darkness, they avoid their shadow. They don't fix their problems, they project them, and it just causes this ripple effect, making this world going madder and madder and madder and madder, right? Dark philosophy, in my opinion, is the fastest way to enlightenment based off of my experiences and based off of what I've observed and based off of observing, like just watching people avoiding their shadow and projecting it onto others. You don't get to enlightenment faster by avoiding certain things that you just can't ignore. You can't get to enlightenment by just being light and fluffy. It doesn't work that way. Um, I mean, you can get there, but it's going to take longer and it's going to be harder because you're not going to understand everything that needs to be understood. So, on this channel, since I am an author and I write from a dark philosophy perspective, I figured why not make a whole channel dedicated on these type of topics. So on this channel, I'm going to be talking a lot about dark philosophy, erotica stuff, shadow stuff, all of that, all that good jazz. Um, and I'm excited about it. I'm really excited because this is what I'm really passionate about and this is what I'm really into. And like I said, from just based off of my experiences and based off of just observing others and how they avoid their shadow, I find that dark philosophy, if you want to reach, a certain height of enlightenment, you're going to have to take the dark path sooner or later. I find with dark philosophy, you, it's like you understand life better for what it is. You understand existence to a certain degree, because this existence, everything is such a mystery. How we got here, who knows? Um, but to a certain degree, you can understand all of existence in some type of way. I find that you can find God more on the dark side. Take that how you want to take it, but that's just my opinion. If you look at nature, for an example, I find it funny. There's some people who are all spiritual and light, and they talk about how, humans, we cause chaos to one another. But animals, look how animals live. They live in harmony, blah, 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 blah. But if you really look at nature from a neutral standpoint, there's a lot of chaos that goes on in nature than good for the most part. And that's a part of understanding dark philosophy. This world is not so cut and clean. There's a reason why these things exist. There's a reason why um, certain things are needed. They say that, what's the word I'm looking for? um, they say that pain and suffering leads you to enlightenment faster. If you look at some of the gurus in India, the things that they do to reach enlightenment is beyond crazy. I was just watching this documentary where these gurus will stick half their body in the sand, like face fully covered, upside down for who knows how long. And they're able to breathe through some type of technique, but it's not dealt with without some type of suffering. And they say they do this to get more closer to God, to get more closer to that enlightenment. There are gurus who damn near poke their eyes out with like sharp tools, and they put sharp tools through their bodies and stuff like that as a way to get closer to the divine, because to them pain and suffering leads to enlightenment. That's dark philosophy right there. I notice with my life, I live a pretty good peaceful life now. But that's because in my early life I went through a lot of shit. I went through a lot of shit, and I had to fight for a sense of peace. I learned a lot about I got a lot of enlightenment early in life by going through the dark path versus people that I know who got away with things. Um, they wasn't the best of people. Um, and now they're suffering. They didn't allow themselves to they didn't allow themselves to walk down that path. They kept avoiding their shadows, and therefore everything has caught up to them. So they haven't reached enlightenment yet because of avoiding their shadows. And through my experience, I feel like I'm not all the way there. We're all not perfect, but I definitely have reached some sort of enlightenment. Um, and I've reached it way quicker than the people that I know who are suffering now because of the things that they avoid. So, with this channel, I'm going to go deep on these things. Um, I'm also, like I said before, talk about like my books, the things that I write, how I write, and why I write certain things this way, and has a lot to do with these teachings, a lot. And the way that I write, not only is it like dark philosophy, but I merge like urban fiction, erotica, esoteric stuff together because of my background, where I'm from. Um, and I find that a lot of people don't write that way. So I decided, why not I give it a go? So, yeah. But I'm going to leave it right here for now. If you are somebody who is trying to seek enlightenment or just a sense of peace, like we don't have to be all up in the clouds, yada, yada, yada. I understand that not everyone is set out for that or is meant to go that route. And that's a deeper topic that I'm going to talk about later on throughout my videos. So, if you want to reach some sort of peace or some sort of enlightenment, sooner or later you're going to have to go down that dark road and face your shadows.